Marie?
Thank you. I'm chair of the Greenbelt and the Greenway. And I've got to say, it's very disheartening to hear this discussion. Back when Barbara was in TNEC, she got input from the advisory boards, of which the council selects citizens, with the idea that we have something to offer you in terms of advisement. And everyone at the meetings, and it was more than one meeting, and we took tours of the township, really went back to the members of their board, brought the input in. It was so thoroughly done. And to hear the possibility that it could just be thrown out and let's just rubber stamp the old one says, why do you even have advisory boards then if nothing is of value that we do? It is disheartening. The Green Belt, it wasn't just people who were vocally opposed to you, it was neighbors, it was people who lived near the Green Belt, who lived through town, who value protecting the green on both sides of Route 4, that want those lands in the Rossi. It's just disheartening to hear that open space is like an evil, is what I'm hearing. And again, if you don't want the advisory boards to give you input, disband them. Don't waste our time. But to say that all the work we've put in doesn't matter, let's go back to the old one, is so disheartening and an insult. Thank you.
Mr. Veach?
Yeah, I would like to echo what Ms. Warnke said. And I'd like to address Mr. Zomick and Mr. Thompson as well. Mr. Zomick, if you'd bothered to have read this report, you would have found on page 3 and 4 and 5, a detailed description of all the meetings that Ms. Davis had in town, at the Rota Center, public meetings before the council, trips around the town, a bus tour with administration people, a presentation to this planning board. This planning board should have voted on this plan a week or two after she came in and made her presentation. Totally inexplicable why you sat on this. And Mr. Zomick, if you're worried about the volume, it's because of those people that Ms. Warnke referred to. Believe it or not, there are people in this town that want to preserve open space. They really want to save open space. They want to add land to our parks. So if you want to disregard them and you're afraid of taking in input from the residents, well, what can you say? The only relief you're going to get if you care about open space in this town is to vote in November of 2022 and get yourself a new council.
Thank you very much.
Pliers, can you hear me talking?
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you. I saw the presentation by Ms. Davis to council as well as to the planning board, and it was remarkable how comprehensive, how detailed, how well thought out, and how well done it was in general. I'm concerned with the rhetoric I'm hearing right now, maybe that's not a nice word, with the discussion I'm hearing right now about eviscerating, diminishing, or reducing the content of the document. I don't think that's a valid thing to do because, again, as was mentioned, all it is possibilities, desires, visions that can or cannot be enacted upon at a later date. And to not do it because you have a couple of people that you consider problematic in the public just doesn't hold water. I think you do what's good, you do what's right, you do what's visionary, you do what you'd hopefully like the town to have in terms of a model. And that's all it is a model. And if someone says, oh my goodness, you didn't do that, I'm holding you liable, we know that can be refuted as nonsense. So again, do the good thing, do the right thing, do what we really have for a future that's delineated to a degree, but flexible to a degree. Thank you.